Hello everyone, Soulflame here, playing on my Balance Druid Artemis. Today I'll be giving you a quick run through of the DPS Silver mode of the Proving Grounds. As always, a quick look at my glyphs and talents. Multi-dotting is incredibly powerful in the Proving Grounds, so anytime you're facing multiple enemies, you're going to want to get your Moonfire or Sunfire rolling on as many targets as you can. All of the countdowns and warnings you'll see as the video progresses are provided by the Proving Grounds module of the DBM add-on. If you don't already have that, I suggest you get it. Wave 1 has only two types of enemies, a small Guardian and a small Slayer. Slayers don't actually do anything, they're basically just target dummies. Guardians have a shield which block all attacks from the front, so they need to be hit from behind. It's a nice easy round to start off with. Just get your dots rolling on both of them, and then use single target damage to bring them down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wave 2 has a small Slayer and 3 each of large varmints and small varmints. Much like Slayers, varmints don't actually do anything. This round is just designed to test your AoE DPS. Since the Slayer has a few more hit points, I get my dot rolling on him. After that I just hit Starfall and then channel Hurricane on the pack of varmint. If anything happens to survive your barrage, just use single target damage to bring it down. I'd just like to point out real quick that Balance Druids are not necessarily the best suited for Proving Grounds, so don't feel bad if it takes you a couple attempts to complete it, even on Silver.
3, 2, 1.
Wave 3 features two small Slayers on either side of a new type of mob called an Amber Weaver. Amber Weavers have only one ability. They summon a big orange ball called an Amber Globule. Anything hit by the globule becomes stunned and takes increased damage for a few seconds. You'll want to avoid these to prevent yourself from being stunned. You also want to use them against your enemies, so simply stand so that your enemy is between the globule and you. An important thing to note is that once he starts casting, the Amber Weaver will not turn to follow you, so you can encase him in his own globule simply by stepping behind him once he starts to cast. Wave 4 consists of an Amber Weaver, now large, standing at the back of the room, and a pack containing 3 each of large and small varmints in the front. First thing you're going to want to do is get your dots rolling on the Amber Weaver and hit Starfall. Any shooting stars procs you have should be used for Star Surge to very quickly bring down the Amber Weaver. And finally, channel Hurricane on the pack of varmints. Please do note it may take several casts of Hurricane, especially if you have to interrupt the cast for Star Surge procs. Some of the later rounds may require careful positioning to make use of the Amber Globule in order to make up for your limited interrupt options. Pay attention to your location and don't worry if it takes you a few attempts to figure out what works for you. Wave 5 has a pack of 4 small varmints in the back and a new type of mob, a large Mystic. The Mystic is a healer. Every few seconds he will attempt to cast a very powerful heal. It's very important that all of these be interrupted. That can sometimes be hard on a Balanced Druid because Solar Beam is on a 1-minute cooldown. If you do need to interrupt a second spell, either Disorienting Roar or Mighty Bash, whichever you chose, will also interrupt, or you can just burn him down as I did. Be warned, though, that the knockback from Typhoon will not work, so don't try to use that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Wave 6 features a large Mystic, a large Slayer, and a large Guardian. You're going to want to dot up all 3 enemies. Again, work quickly to get the dot on the Guardian before he gets his shield up. And after you've got everything dotted, you're going to want to focus on the Mystic and put as much damage into him as you can. You don't want to miss a heal like I did there. I learned the hard way that knockback doesn't work. Your Disorient or Stun should, whichever you picked. Just keep refreshing your dots and then whittle everything down single target. Your Solar Beam should be available for the next interrupt there. And as long as you keep working on him, put all of your Star Surge procs into the Mystic. He should be dead before he gets off another heal. It doesn't matter overly much which one you went with. I picked Mighty Bash because I like the stun. Incapacitating Roar is on a shorter cooldown and works just as well as an interrupt. Whichever way you go, though, pro tip, make sure it's on your bar. Mine wasn't, so I fix it here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wave 7 has 1 each of a small Amber Weaver and a small Mystic, and 2 each of small Guardians and small Varmints. As always, the first thing we want to do when facing multiple enemies is dot everyone up and hit Starfall. While you're doing that, go ahead and move into position so that any Amber globules that get off will hit the Mystic. Once the Mystic is dead, your next top priorities are the 2 Guardians. Take advantage of the Amber globules if the Amber Weaver is still alive, but if, as it happened to me here, he dies, then you should still have time to single target them down, even without the buff. Wave 8 has 2 small Amber Weavers, a large Mystic, and a large Slayer. Normally I would recommend that we immediately CC an Amber Weaver, but since Druids don't have a good option for that, instead we're going to use a little bit of fancy footwork. You're going to want to stand to the side near one of the Amber Weavers while you pre-dot everything and hit Starfall. As soon as the Amber Weavers start casting, you're going to switch positions so that the Amber Globules hit the Mystic and the Amber Weaver that you're nearest to. Once you've done that, the damage buff combined with Starfall and the pre-dotting you did should make it very easy to quickly burst down those targets. Killing one of the Amber Weavers should make the round much easier. Just use the Amber Globules from the other one to quickly burst down each target in turn. If you have questions or comments about this video, you can reach me through this YouTube channel or on my blog. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped.